Hello and welcome back to the Reapers. So we've had a few days off the Syrian campaign, but now we are back on it and ready to do some damage. Just to let you know what's been happening. We've been hired by President Assad to protect the airspace of northern Syria from the hostiles of the NATO coalition, i.e. USA and her fellow nations. We've done pretty good so far. We've entered northern Syria. We've taken a base back for northern Syria, which we claimed as our own. We fought back the Americans and the French. We've done pretty well. However, it's been very costly. We've lost 45% of our airframes, which is a very high cost. So we've spent a few days, we've just been doing maintenance work and getting new airframes. So what's happened development-wise is that Mr. Putin of Russia has stepped up now. He has moved his flankers in to Syria, and he's basically doing the cap. So that has basically taken the pressure off us. We don't have to worry about America or any of the NATO guys now, because they're not coming into Syria with Putin there. We can get some CAS and seed work done now. So the first mission is thus on the southern Turkey border, so in the south of Turkey. Turkey has a series of S300 SAM systems set up, in fact an entire network of them. They're extremely long range, incredibly potent missile systems, and they've been shooting down Syrian logistic planes up to 60 miles into the Syrian border. That's how far we're talking about. These things have range. Now, we've dealt with these nasty bastards before. They're pretty much unkillable. Like I said, they can have 50 or 60 mile effective range at a decent altitude, and especially if there's a network of them covering each other, they're really hard. However, President Assad wants us to send a signal. He knows we can't take them all down, but we're going to take their main S300 site down with their command staff and command center in it, and that will hopefully send a signal to stop, that we can get to them, and to stop attacking Syrian planes within the border. This is what we're doing, guys. We're taking off. We are heading north across the border in a 100-mile ferry to waypoint 1 at the top right of the picture. At that point, we're entering the range of the S300s. We're diving down to on the deck. We're going through a canyon for waypoints 2, 3, 4 and 5. We'll be in trail formation in the canyon, in a loose trail formation. At waypoint 5, we're not expecting any hostiles within the canyon, which should be a nice clean run with good visibility. Once we get to waypoint 5, it's critical that we make it to waypoint 5 and we don't panic early and turn in. It's going to be the very end of the canyon. We then turn right, and we've got a 5-mile run to the target. It's the top of the mountain, the biggest mountain in Turkey. We've got a close-up of the actual target that we can see above in 3D. You can see the main target is in the center of that clump of stuff. We've got to get those S300 sites and centers in the center. Don't worry about the surrounding vehicles around the outskirts. Those are just AAA and support vehicles, so it's critical we get this. Now back to waypoint 5. We're going to have a temptation to turn early before we hit waypoint 5, so it's flight lead's responsibility and duty to make sure that we do not turn until we hit waypoint 5, because we have to be on a vertical and due north vector to get this bomb run right. So you can see from 5 to 6 is northern, and we have to be on that vector. It can't be slanted 20 degrees to the left or 10 degrees to the left. It's got to be bang on as I've shown it to get the bomb run right. As soon as we're out of the canyon, we're going to hug the ground, because we are then exposed to the full ferocity of the S300 network, and we will be shot at. There is no doubt about it. We're going to be well within range. 20 miles is nothing for an S300. So we've got the 5 or so mile trek up the mountain where we're going to be hugging the ground. Just before we hit the peak, we have to then vertical upwards and level off, even into a small dive for the actual final bombing run. You will talk about weapons afterwards. As soon as we've attacked the target, we go through the 2 peaks. Notice the 2 towers on the 2 peaks. That is for a visual guidance. We can use that as a visual guidance to make sure we're on par. As soon as missiles will be out for us by this point, so as soon as we're bombs away, we are then full power and as low as we can northeast to waypoint 1, where we will have an emergency base set up to take us down. The only thing other than that to say is that you only get 1 bombing run at this, because missiles, SAMs will be in the air by the time you're releasing ordnance. So if on your first bombing run you fuck up, you miss, or weapons don't release, you may not go round. You must exit, you must egress to waypoint 7, which is near waypoint 1. Cap, there will be hostile Turkish cap F-16s. We do not have ROE orders to take them out, so do not engage them at all, just avoid them and run away from them. just so, we're on the runway ready to start the mission. Our flights are so big nowadays that there's no point of doing roll calls, so we'll just go through the groups. At the front, we've got Hammer. Remind me who's leading Hammer?
Recoil.
Next, we've got four more Harriers, and that's led by who?
Oh, that's Riddle.
Next is Sabre. That's a bunch of F5s, led by
Yours truly, Sherman.
the Shermanator. Next, we've got the Mirages of Chevy.
Chevy is Signori.
All flights, you now have permission to call your flight members in for takeoff.
Copied. Hammer flight, this is Hammer lead. Going to take off one by one. Hammer lead's rolling.
Hammer 2 rolling.
Wolf 151 radio check.
Cool.
Thank you.
F5s when Sherman calls it, just keep nice and loose and relaxed.
Alright, Sabres brakes on, 50% thrust. Pull off burner, release in 3, 2, 1, release. Shit, my head's Raven.
Alright, Chevy, brakes on. Throttle up. Release in 3, 2, 1, release.
Sabre, come back to full mill once we're
Rotate.
Okay, Sabres, also be aware that your takeoff trim is set by default on the taxiway.
All flights is Hammer lead. Speed check is 350 knots. Angels 3.
All flights, Nails, S300, Bravo, Bravo, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock.
Tally, Harrier set jammers to receive.
Repeat, please.
Musicom. Harry's Musicom.
Spike F5, do you mind?
Sorry about that. How do I unlock it?
2 8 miles to waypoint 1, 5 minutes of flight.
Well, you can turn off on radar.
How's that?
Flight lead, airspeed check
Also,
please.
speed check 310 knots.
Copy.
That's basically our speed, so...
Flight lead, distance to insertion point please.
Distance to insertion point 18 miles. Time of flight 3 minutes and counting down fast.
Copy. F5s, get all your bombs and weapons armed now so you don't have to do it later.
Harriers fence in. I'm going to remain fenced out for visual identification. 1 minute 40 seconds to run to the insertion.
Roger.
10 miles.
Hey, do that guy, how do I turn on my RW?
Okay guys, over the Crescent Hill is the insertion point.
That is, you know,
Roger.
all funny.
Flight
not
lead,
effective.
find that canyon as soon as you can and get in that canyon along the waypoints.
Copied, all aircraft, go trail, go trail.
Okay, Tigers, let's do this.
We should be just cresting over now, beginning gentle dive.
If possible, Tigers, try not to overtake the Harriers, but if they are straggling, do overtake them.
Our lead has tally with the canyon.
So don't overtake them unless we need to overtake them. Got it.
How many on flare?
flight lead. Feel free to start working your speed up. We're going to need a lot of momentum for when we do that climb.
God, there's just puffs of black smoke, flares.
Copied. Good again, Gates. Negative, we've got plenty of time to be able to build up speed. We've got about another 20 miles to get to the target.
0. He was keen on Mike on 140.
Roger.
Managed to get it working. Pushing up to 9-0.
Those Harriers look great.
Just because we have the ability to go slower doesn't mean we should. We should probably get up a good amount of speed for this.
Copy, throttling up. Maintain about 400 knots. All aircraft go trail. I want a little bit of spread in between you, probably about 0.2 of a mile. 0.1 to 0.2 of a mile, so we don't kind of run into each other. So pick a person in front of you, so whoever's behind me, straight behind, first one, pick me, next person, pick the guy who's copying me, and work your way down so you stay behind that one aircraft and overtake him. That son of a bitch just cut me off!
F5s, you may want to get in front of the Mirages.
Yeah, we don't exactly, well, we do actually have field to burn. Let's get these tanks dumped now at 5s. Burn through them.
We're going trail off the lead.
It doesn't matter, I think we can manage it. Okay, don't worry guys. Hammer lead speed is 415 miles indicated. Radar showing 700 feet.
Beautiful trail, Harriers. Was that 6 miles lead?
6 miles to waypoint 4, now 5 miles. Lead speed is 430 knots.
Copy.
Is that big hill ahead of us?
Negative. It's on our right. You won't be able to see it until the very last
Be
moment.
advised, Wolf is now low 0203.
Where this big hill is, we'll be taking a right. 2 miles to waypoint 4.
Tanks.
All units, extremely important to keep your head down now. If those S300 see you, you're dead. Down, head down.
Full mill. Keep your radars with search mode, your RWRs with search mode disabled.
All aircraft, go gate. Visual with the hill to the right and high.
Make sure you get to that
Here comes
waypoint 5.
Wait, no overtaking.
RWR search off.
Distance to waypoint 5.
Distance to waypoint 5. Time running up. Copied. All aircraft, if you look up to your right, there are the 2 booby peaks, so we'll be heading shortly. Turn up, turn up.
Okay, let's do it, men. Gate, go. Let's do it, guys.
Right.
Turn in, turn in.
See your
Full burn.
flares, copy.
Try and keep low, men. Try and keep low. It's the only thing that will keep you alive. Keep down to the last second.
Little spike, say 10.
Keep an eye out for those towers.
S300, 6 o'clock. Spike or nails.
Tower in the tower.
Towers.
Wolf, nails 10. Correction, Bud, 6 o'clock.
I'm popping up. Oh wow, Weasel up.
Missiles out, missiles out behind us. 6 o'clock, missiles out.
Missiles out, everybody.
Put up flares.
Come on, you bastards.
Roger, plenty of chaff out, Signore.
Climbing. Take up again.
Cap, rifle.
Running it.
No hits, no hits.
Missile.
Sherman, pickle.
As soon as your bombs away, 070, all flights, gate and low.
Here they are, missiles out. Unless that was a friendly. Nope, those are missiles.
Missiles. We're losing men. Dodgeless missiles.
Put up chaff, not flares.
I was indicating automatic side is some pretty good effect.
Roger, follow the flaring man, guys. Low, and fast. We lost the Mirage.
Signore's hit.
This is why I think I wanted sidearms.
Punch out, Signori. I'll pick you up. Okay, everyone's going the right way. Lead, get down in the mountains.
Copy.
Survivor 070, get to emergency base, AKL Nalchek, we're landing. Okay, just to update the viewers, we lost a couple of brave souls, but I think we got the mission done, so we're heading to our emergency base now to land and retire.
All aircraft 3 minutes to Nalchik, range 25 nautical miles, bearing 077.
You'll be coming on runway 05, Riddle, so prepare for that.
Copy.
Tower, cap, inbound, now for finals, runway 05, gear down, full stop. The rest of you just orbit until I'm ready to call you down.
Copied, Hammer Lead has visual with runway.
Be advised guys, a nice skyscraper at the end of the runway, so just watch your approaches. Runway appears to be short.
Fine for the Harriers.
Listen, I spec it up.
Captain
Runway
down
length
and
is
safe.
7,500 meters. The F5 has a parachute, right?
Copy that. P, or the chute, but drag chute on your left-hand side of your cockpit.
Cap Riddle's doing 360s around the final approach course of the runway. Let me know when you want me in.
Roger. Welcome back, Harriers, well done.
Atomic short finals, runway 05, gear down full stop.
Get on Mark 10 on final.
Riddle's just about to touch down on thresholds. Gonna be doing a vertical landing.
Turning final, full stop. Riddle check flaps.
Okay, stall, whatever.
Nice, Riddle. Cool stall.
You're returning to final behind King.
Good landing, you three.
Not my greatest attack whenever all my
Screw
bombs.
taxes.
Oh, look at those skid marks.
Parachute King, short runway.
Oh god. Okay, you're fine.
All planes be advised, there is no taxiway at the end of the runway.
3 mile final. Runway is 0.
Brakes.
Things going around.
There's no taxiway.
Man, the limiter on these things are so cool.
3 excellent Harrier landings out of 3. This is not the Reapers.
Recourse on a 1.5 mile final. Runway 06.
Alright boys, here comes my first F5 landing ever.
It's ironic that the mission I get shot at least is the one I struggle to see anything with most.
Oh yeah, this is going well, I can feel it. Feel it in my soul.
You've got that ILS type thing, try and use that a bit.
Oh, there's a Harrier, look at that. Hey Harrier.
The beef is pretty my soul along lost.
You'll need to engage your wheel steering. F5.
Oh yes.
Well done, boys.
That Harrier,
100%.
How you doing?
Now come rescue me.
F5, sink rate, sink rate, sink rate. Damaged F5 coming in.
Sorry, left the right runway,
We're stuck at the end here until everyone's finished. Just watch out, we've got damage F5 coming.
Coming towards me, doing a signal.
Okay, damage F5 is hopefully okay.
The Mirage just doesn't want to slow down.
No, yeah, it doesn't.
I know, right? incredible once it builds up speed. It's so aerodynamic.
So go, will not slow down. No.
Good landing, Biggin.
That's because it's trying to render the people that are looking over the damage.
Well done, Sherman. Perfect landing as ever. That's the last man in. We've got to back truck up the runway now, guys, and get to parking. Go, go, go. So, we're parked up. These are the guys that survived. I think we lost 3 guys. Where are you going, F1? I think we've lost 3 guys to S300 fire, but all in all, that was pretty sick. We don't know what damage we've done, so we'll go and get the satellite photos and see what damage we've done, but we saw smoke, so we think we did okay. So, all in all, job well done, everyone, and we really showed the power of the Harrier and the F5 and all of us.